Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to you. It is Monday, October 9th, 2023. I hope you are all doing well today. And I, of course, would love to hear what is bringing you joy this beautiful Monday morning. Please go over to the comments and say hello. Let us know where you're joining from. And of course, what is bringing you joy today? I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and you are watching Project Joy Live. It is your triple shot of good vibes this beautiful Monday morning, every Monday to start your week off right. We're talking about unseen joy today, and it was sparked by an image that my a friend of mine posted yesterday. And that I saw on Facebook, and it was so cute. I'm going to show it to you coming up here. And we talk a lot about joy on this show being an internal thing, being the way that I share from my perspective with everybody is that you are joy. And when we can get outside of when we can stop looking for joy everywhere else other than inside of us, that's when our joy increases and that magic sort of happens, if you will. But a lot of times there is joy, there are things that we don't see, and sometimes when we're on a quest to feel it outside of ourselves and looking for that joy, happiness, validation, acceptance, mattering outside of ourselves, it's a thief of joy. And so I want to talk about that today, and I'm going to share with you my very real experience of how I had done that with the Breakthrough Show Network as well. And it's still a moment to moment choice for me. So we're going to be talking about that coming up. I also want to share with you, of course, our national days here in a moment, and we'll have birthdays at the end of the show too. So if you are celebrating a birthday today or have recently, please let us know in the comments so that we can celebrate with you today. So what do we have going on? I want to share with you my joy starting out here while I'm waiting for you to share yours. So we finally have finished birthdays in our house. For any of you that are not aware, I have 6 children, and so there's always birthdays. It's like, I swear to God, tomorrow it's going to be somebody else's birthday, but no, we're done for the year. And so it was our daughter Margine's 14th birthday on Saturday. And so we are finished officially with birthday season, boys and girls. I just wanted to say that it's a lot because we have all the holidays, right? And we know, talking about national days on this show, that there's always something to celebrate, right? And then there's just like birthday, 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 birthday. It feels like around here. But we had a great day, and I wanted to show you some of that as well. Coming up here shortly, but I have to backtrack for a minute because I wasn't on last week. But I'm very, very excited because I had the opportunity to go to Kathy Ellis's house. Kathy Ellis is the lead singer of Don't Tell Lisa, which is a local band here in southeastern Connecticut. And I just fell in love with them as soon as we saw them. We saw them at the barn. Gosh, when was it? I'm trying to remember of exactly when that first time was that I saw them, but they're a party band. They play a lot of amazing music, and we had the opportunity to go see them. I made a video, got to meet Kathy. Kathy loved the video. She invited us to her annual party, and that's that. And so myself, my husband, and my friend Danielle and her husband Miguel, they had come with us that night, by the way, that we saw Don't Tell Lisa live at first. And so we all decided to go to this party together. And it was so much fun. I just have to tell you that Kathy is literally the best host I have ever met in my entire life, you guys. Okay. Kathy is incredible. And you guys, she made all of these homemade syrups and like a hot adult, very adult, by the way, apple cider. She made like homemade chocolate covered bourbon cherries. Hello. And so she's going around her party and she's saying hey to everybody, and she just literally the best host ever. So I'm like, there's Danielle and I in the photo there from the party, but it was just the funnest thing because we were like, she's like a triple, quadruple something or other threat. She can bake, she can host a party, she can sing like no one's business. Okay. But the party was so much fun. So I just wanted to say thank you publicly to Kathy Ellis for inviting us. And if you guys are in the Connecticut area, definitely go check out Don't Tell Lisa. Go see them. We're going to be going to see them at the Wolf Den at Mohegan Sun on November 11th, which we're really excited about. I am so excited they're going to be there. So definitely go check them out. So there's Danielle and I. And there's Miss Kathy herself. She was coming around with those hot toddies. Okay. She had some hot apple cider. I don't know what the hell was in it, but I'll tell you, it was an adult beverage. That's all I'm going to tell you. So thank you, Kathy, so much for inviting us. It was amazing. So much fun. And just wanted to say thank you publicly to her for that. Also, I mentioned that it was my daughter's birthday. We went to our favorite place in Middletown, which is Arroy Thai Gardens. You guys have heard me talk about Arroy Thai Gardens on here before. The most incredible Thai vegan food on the planet. So good. And LaPat, who is the owner, she is just, I just want to take a cot and like live in the back of a Roy Thai garden. Her energy is just so beautiful. And you know, when you eat food and you feel like you feel the love that somebody puts in there. Look this is a special appetizer she had made us. It's not even on the menu, but it's the most incredible Thai food. It's stunning and delicious and so amazing. And then she's like busy cooking in the back. She comes out to say hi, to ask my little ones directly how they would like their plate, because they were getting like a kid's happy tray kind of thing, how they want it comes out from cooking. And then she's like, let me take your photo. This woman is busy. Okay. And she comes out, but that's myself, my husband, my whole family. I'm just missing my oldest son because, as you guys know, he lives across the country. But we had so much fun there. And then because we ate so much, you guys, and the food was so good, we drove over to Gillette's Castle on the way home. If you guys are going to be in and around Connecticut, I've never been to Gillette's Castle, highly recommend that you go check it out. It's the gardens, the view of the Connecticut River is stunning. The castle is not like gigantic. I feel like it's manageable, even if you're not like a hiker or hello. If you're not like a hiker or whatever, it is gorgeous. So I definitely recommend that you go check out Gillette's Castle, especially now in New England. This is the best time of year, in my opinion, because it's not too hot and the leaves are beginning to change, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So definitely go check out Gillette's Castle. It's in, I think, East Haddam, Connecticut. So check that out for sure. But that's where we went after lunch, and it was a lot of fun to celebrate my daughter's birthday and check that out as well. So that's my joy that I'm sharing with you today. I'm going to head over to the comments. Susan is here, and guess what, boys and girls? It is Susan's birthday. Happy birthday, Susan. We have to make sure to include you in our birthday song at the end of the show. So stay with us, Susan, okay? Stay with us. And if you would like, let me know if you want to come on and share a moment of joy with us live on air, because you know I will drop you the link. I will do that for sure. So happy birthday, Susan. Let us know if you're joining us live, where you're joining from, and of course, what is bringing you joy today, or has brought you joy recently if you're not feeling it today, for sure. So I want to talk to you about unseen joy coming up after the break, but really quickly, we have to talk about national days. There's a lot today, okay? There's a lot of national days today. It's National Leif Erikson Day, which I believe he was an explorer. I'm fully admit I am not good with the history, okay? But it's also National Moldy Cheese Day. Let me know if you are a fan of moldy cheese. I think, isn't all cheese technically moldy? I mean, I guess some of it you can see, Like, because like blue cheese, you can, but doesn't it all technically sit there a while? Just, clearly, I'm not good with with the science either, but here we are. How did we get here? I don't know. It's also National Online Bank Day. I am so thankful for online banking. Anybody else out there just suddenly hit you some of the modern conveniences of today, and we're like, wow, just thank you for that. It is also, I love this. It's National Kick Butt Day. It's a day to give yourself a kick in the seat of the pants. This day aims to motivate marketers, advertisers, and those in the business world to work smarter and harder towards their goals while striving to outdo the competitor. Be sure to also take stock in your achievements and how far you've come. Have you made the strides you expected at this point in your career? If not, check your goals. Do you have the right ones in place to kick butt? And I love this message of this day because um, it's like literally, I was just saying this the other day about how making sure that our actions are aligning with our desires. How often have you ever said, "Oh, I really want that," or "Oh, that's where I want to be," or "That's what I want to look like," or "That's what I want to feel like," or "That's what I want to do"? But then if you really look, and this is where the kick in the butt comes in, okay? If you really look at the actions you're taking, are the actions aligning with what you want to do? I can think of times for me when I have said, this is what I want to do. And then I've observed myself doing something directly opposite of that thing that I say that I want. So this is a day. This is a day for you to do it, boys and girls, because National Day Calendar says so. It's National Kick Butt Day. Kick yourself in the butt. Do your actions align with the goals that you want? And if not, it's no need to get upset. Just check yourself and move on. Next thing. It is also Native American Day today. Native American Day, observed annually on the second Monday in October, celebrates the cultures and contributions of the many Native American tribes. The observance is also known as Indigenous Peoples Day today. Also, we celebrate, it also known as Columbus Day. To all of our Canadian family and friends, it is Thanksgiving Day in Canada today. My husband is Canadian, as some of you might know. We celebrated last night. Yes, we are spoiled and we get two Thanksgivings in this household. Um, and my daughter made a delicious gluten-free pumpkin pie that was just insane. It was so good. I'm drooling. I'm drooling thinking about it right now. It was a smaller celebration yesterday. We will have, of course, something gigantic and more than we can eat in November, but we did celebrate yesterday. So happy Thanksgiving to all of our Canadian friends, families, and past guests on the Breakthrough Show Network as well. We love you. We appreciate you. It is also, let's see, Pans/Pandas Awareness Day, and it doesn't have anything to do with the animal. This is a 1 in 200 children that are diagnosed with pediatric acute onset neuropsychiatric syndromes. And the Awareness Day on October 9th sets out to increase research, education, and support to those affected by the condition. So sending love to everyone that is affected by that as well. Danielle says, look, I am a fan of all cheese. I've yet to find a cheese I don't like either. And you guys know that I'm plant-based, so I haven't had cheese in years, like traditional cow's milk or goat's milk or anything like that, cheese in years. There is some incredible like vegan blue cheese. Now you got to look, they're from small artisans, so definitely look smaller. Don't go to some of the, I'm trying to be careful here. Don't go to some of like the bigger brands that maybe you've seen in the store. Go to like little stores and look for, they're really, really delicious. And I try to include them on our cheese boards and stuff that we make. And In addition, it is really not hard to make plant-based cheese, by the way. If you're interested, holler at me. Send me a message, Jessica at thebreakthroughshow.com, and I will share with you some of my favorites. I'll be happy to do that. We're going to take a quick break, everybody, and we're going to be back to talk about unseen joy and how a little image with a turtle and a whale sparked this conversation that we're going to be having today as well. So we'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com. Welcome back to Project Joy Live. It is Monday, October 9th, 2023, and I'm going to say it like I always say it. I don't know how the hell we got here. I don't know how we got here, you guys. It is October. It's October. Did anybody else need to know that? The time is going so quickly this year, and but at the same time, it feels like so many of us that I am aware of, and this sort of ties into our topic of unseen joy today. So many of us have been on the roller coaster this year. I'm not even going to say through the ringer because it's not all bad, but it's just like anybody else, raise your hand out there in the audience if you have been on the roller coaster that is 2023. Anybody else been through that? It has been absolutely crazy this year. And I one of the things that has really challenged me and continues to be a challenge for me is, if you guys remember, not that long ago, I think it was last year, we had Shifra Melka on the show who talked about mattering. And that's something, and I was very candid on those episodes that Shifra joined us on, that the concept of mattering has been something that has completely been a huge part of my journey. And I think actually it ties so beautifully into the concept of joy, because if we don't believe that we matter, a lot of times for many of us, it can be a thief of our joy. And I really want to talk about that a little bit today. Look, Susan and Danielle are like, I don't know where the year went. It's gone. It's gone, or where it's going. And see, even in our language, we say where the year went. It's still here. Like, we have a couple months left, you guys. But I want to talk a little bit about that today, because I think it's really I saw this graphic, and let me start with the graphic, because I think it's really important to share, to give you some context of what I'm talking about here. Okay, so I saw this graphic come through my news feed yesterday on Facebook, and it really just, it hit me in some kind of way. So at the top, obviously, you see a whale floating along by itself with the spout coming out, and he's saying, do I really make a difference? He doesn't know. He can't see the journey of anybody else. He can't see anything above the water. He's not paying attention to anything else. And meanwhile, you have this cute little happy turtle that is able to enjoy the most beautiful rainbow because this whale is making that, is just floating along doing what it does. It's not even like purposely going, I'm going to spout some water to make a rainbow to make somebody happy. The whale is just doing, it's just being himself. He's just, and God, that's a whole message in itself there, isn't it? The whale is just being himself. He's just floating along, breathing, which we know is part of why the spout come out. Okay. He's just breathing. He's floating along, doesn't know that he's making any kind of difference at all. And the turtle, just from the whale being itself, is able to experience the joy of seeing this rainbow. So there are many of us, and I'm going to just go ahead and go out on a limb like I usually do, and 100% speak from myself when I say I cannot tell you how many times in my life, even as recent as yesterday, I have sat here and said, does it even matter? Does any of it matter? Does any of it make a difference? And I shared in the description of this video today that I was going to be very candid about my journey with the Breakthrough Show Network as well. When I started doing the Breakthrough Show in particular, my goal was to share a message in the hopes that others would be able to benefit from it, which I see on reflection now that what I needed to do was start the show and not just, and have my priority being to simply share a message without worrying whether or not it was received in the way that I want it to be received. Because a message being received a certain way, or someone accepting us for who we are, or loving us for who we are, or their lives changing because of something we do, that's a benefit. That's a bonus. That's an extra. Okay. And I realize that so deeply now, because and I will tell you this, when you're putting stuff out there in the world as a creator, whether it's you're creating posts, you're creating a blog, you're making a show, you've got a podcast, you're making art, you're cooking for people, whatever it is. And as I'm saying this, I think of like literally so many of my people in my life who do these different things. If you're putting that stuff out in the world and your focus is what other people receive from it, or the fact that they may not receive from it, you didn't get the likes that you thought that you would get, you didn't get the comments that you thought that you would get, you didn't get the viewers, you didn't get the response you thought you would get. If your focus is on those things before they even happen, then immediately you are allowing those thoughts to steal your joy, which the joy, as we know from Project Joy Live, the joy is us. The joy is us floating along like the little whales and breathing. That's the joy. And if a turtle comes along and happens to see the rainbow that we've created from breathing, then that's just a bonus. That's just an extra. Now, I also believe simultaneously here, because we've talked about this on different shows as well, that there is value in that human connection and the human relationship. So if you are not surrounded by people who are turtles that are saying, hey, man, I love that rainbow you created, giving us the opportunity to sit back and go, wow, I was just breathing. I was just floating along. I was just being myself. Then some work needs to be done. I believe we're on this planet for a human experience, which means relationships with other people, which means work needs to be done as to who we're surrounding ourselves with and why. I think that that's wildly important in this conversation, because it's easy to sit back in these conversations and say, look, it's all on me 100%. The joy is me, which we know, we believe that we that's what we tout here on Project Joy Live. But as we're here on this planet and we're having a human experience, the relationships that we have with people is right up there at the top of things that are important, I believe, in our human experience. So if we don't have those people that say, hey, like, your rainbow is awesome, or even further, hey, you should just breathe so we can all benefit from your rainbow, pushing us to just be ourselves, right? To be amazing as we are, then something has to be done with our circle, with who we're choosing to surround ourselves with. What else do I want to so when your focus is on these other things, it can be a thief of joy. And that has been my experience with the Breakthrough Show Network. And it's challenging, right? Because when we're really passionate about something, when we put something out in the world that means so much to us, that it's part of who we are, that it's part of our soul, it's part of why we know we're here on this planet, and there's not the response that we thought there was going to be, it is extremely hard to not take that personally, to not have that thought that the slow whale had: do I really make a difference? Do I matter? But ultimately, we've got to turn it back around and go, I matter, period, end of story. And if anyone happens to benefit from that mattering, if anyone happens to have a better life because of, or a better thought of themselves, or a better anything because of something that I put into the world, that's just a bonus. But number one, I matter. I make a difference. The joy is here. The joy is here first. And then the other stuff is just a bonus. So we've got to always circle it back around. And it's something that I feel like, as a creator, for those of you who are creators on social media, especially, I want to speak specifically to you today. For those of you that are creators on social media, I get how hard that is, because your things that you're putting out into the world, that's part of who you are. It's your passion, it's your love, it's your purpose, it's all of these things great and wonderful. It is hard not to take that personally when you don't get the response you expect, whether that's no response or a response you don't particularly like. I get how hard that is. So sometimes for us to understand that joy, that mattering, that difference that we're making has to start from within. That needs to be a moment to moment check and a choice. And you are not meant to feel bad to question yourself. If you find yourself saying, do I make a difference? Do I matter? Where is my joy? Whatever question it is you're asking yourself, don't feel bad about that, because that's part of the human experience. Instead, take a breath and understand that you simply being is making a difference. It just is. And if you need to lean on the energy of others for a minute, if you're really struggling, if you find yourself stuck in that space of mattering, difference making, lack of joy, whatever it is, work on surrounding yourself with people who have that energy to share with you, until you can find it inside again, until you can find it in yourself again. It's so important. So important. I want to say hi to Miss Kelly, who's out in the audience today. Hello, Miss Kelly. It's good to see you. I never see you anymore, by the way. And it would be interesting that I would put a turtle on the screen, would it not? Miss Danielle says, yes, absolutely. And yes, from Kelly, I'm so glad that this message resonates with you guys today. It really did me too. And it's always interesting to me how a simple little picture can bring something front of mind again. And as I'm going forward and thinking about what the end of the year for the Breakthrough Show Network is going to look like, and some of the changes and things we're bringing to the network for 2024, which I can't believe we're thinking about, but we are in the final quarter of, excuse me, 2023. Um, it's something that I've thought about. Like, I always go back and think about, why am I doing this? Where is my joy coming from in the creation of the shows that I put out there, the guests that I bring on the show? Where is all this coming from? How can I continue to move forward? And even looking at that bonus of how people are going to receive things, um and going like, okay, if they don't, it's okay. I'm still putting out there those things that I feel like are important, and listening to my intuition as I create these episodes for you guys, and going, at the end of the day, I know that just being me is making a difference, and I have to keep reminding myself of that. Is I remind myself of that often, and I encourage you all to do the same as well. So, all of that being said, I hope that that has made a difference for you guys today, as we've discussed. Just knowing that joy, that mattering, that making a difference starts with yourself. It's inside of you, and you got to come back to that. You got to come and work on your circle, because that's something that's something I have to remind myself often of as well. What else do we have to talk about today? We have birthdays coming up here in a few minutes, but I also want to share with you some of the latest about what's to come. I mentioned end of the year for the Breakthrough Show Network this year, and also I mentioned that going into next year, what some things are going to be looking like as well. And with that, let's listen to the For Love poem by Dorothy O'Shea, and we'll be right back after this to talk birthdays and more. See you in a minute.
I shall stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart. I shall stand for love, for the world is wounded, not just my little piece of land, where I am mostly safe, where I am mostly well, but our world, everywhere, every day. I shall stand for love, because we need more light, not more death, not more power, not more bombs. I shall stand for love, so that our children are safe, so that our friends are sheltered, so that our borders are open. I shall stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. That was my dear friend Dorothy O'Shea that we lost almost a year ago this month. Uh, and she was the author of the For Love poem, and has since become a movement, has translated into over 70 languages. And if you are interested in recording your own version of the For Love poem in your language, or even in English, please reach out and send me an email, Jessica at thebreakthroughshow.com. Also visit We Shall Stand for Love.world, and we'll be doing a vigil for her coming up later in the month as well. So we have to talk birthdays coming up, but I want to give you guys a little insight as to what's to come on the Breakthrough Show Network. So Project Joy Live will be continuing probably through November. And then we are going to be breaking for December and January like we do. Also, the Breakthrough Show special is going to have a final special edition on November 3rd with my good friend Sarah, who some of you may have peeped a picture of Sarah and I having ice cream not long ago, over here at Michael's Dairy, which is on the Mitchell College campus in New London, Connecticut, which is where I went to college. And Sarah and I got to meet in person, which was a lot of fun. I don't get to do that with a lot of people that I meet online, and it's really been on my heart a lot, to be doing that more often. And so I'm hoping that that's going to be out there in the universe for us to do. But she will be concluding our Breakthrough Show experience on November the 3rd. And it's going to be amazing. She's going to be talking about being emboldened and what that means in our lives, how we can have some emboldened adventures towards the end of the year and going into 2024. And so, really excited about that. Let's see. Rewriting Reality is going to have its final episode on the 4th Monday in November, and we'll be breaking in December. And then I think Heather Clark, Declutter for Change, is continuing until the end of the year. So you'll have new episodes of Declutter for Change live with the amazing Heather Clark. And she is about to start a series on trauma, you guys. It's going to be amazing. She did an episode about decluttering and trauma, kind of all bunched together, and now she's going to be breaking down some different things. So if there's some specific traumas that you want to talk about, some specific challenging situations, whether it's grief, divorce, job change, any of these things that we go through that create a lot of stress in our lives as it relates to decluttering, whether it's in our physical, emotional, spiritual, any of that decluttering topics, just let us know down in the comments, and I'll be happy to pass that on to Heather as well. Spirit Sessions is going to be continuing on Sundays. Beyond 2D, I think we will continue and see what happens. We have an all new episode tomorrow night, you guys, continuing our boundaries conversation. And tomorrow we're talking about cultural boundaries and embracing diversity. So this is going to be a great conversation because, of course, Farhan and I, we bring the fire together, but we will also have Caldwell Williams back on the show, who is a legend. I'll just say that. Caldwell Williams is incredible and brings so much wisdom to the show, you guys. And if you haven't checked out this series on boundaries, if you haven't checked out any of Beyond 2D, I highly recommend visiting thebreakthroughshownetwork.com and catching up on the episodes. We've talked about communication, integrity, boundaries, trust. We have gone deep diving into some of these topics, and I highly recommend you go check them out and then get on board with us tomorrow night for the third in our 4-part series on boundaries. The next Tuesday, we're talking about personal boundaries and about how boundaries can be a good thing, but they can also hold us back. When we build those walls too thick, too high, it can be a challenge and hold us back from our dreams and goals and things like that. So we're going to be talking about that on that final episode about boundaries. I am not sure what November and December brings for Beyond 2D yet, and it may be break time. I don't know yet, but we'll for sure let you know on the show as well. Also, I know some of you know about a new show that is supposed to be starting this coming weekend, but it is being postponed just a little bit because we need to get some more ducks in a row because it's going to be a big deal. And that is the new show, New Englanders Are Not Assholes. We're really excited about that show. And we have some great guests lining up. We just want to make sure that we have some ducks in a row. So that is going to probably be a start of 2024 thing. So be on the lookout for that. And I know some of you also want to know about our gathering that is also supposed to be happening this month. Everything is kind of getting postponed until the start of the year. Like I said, not just because of my own roller coaster that this year has been, but because I know a lot of people have also been challenged with the roller coaster that has been 2023. But I really do want to make it a goal, you guys, that we get together and have this time together as a group. as fans of the show, as guests of the show, as hosts of the shows. And that's going to be 2024 for us here in Southeastern Connecticut. It's going to be a big deal. It's going to be amazing. Just be on the lookout for that. And our mailing list information, and of course, all the information on how you can connect with me is in the comments or in the description of the video as well. So be sure to check that out. So that's some of what's to come. Also, Project Joy Live is going to have a little shift in the new year as well. I don't know. When I have specifics, I will let you know, but just know that a shift is coming. All I can tell you. We embrace change around here. Okay. Okay. Let's get on to our birthdays today. Okay. Because that is our favorite thing to do here on the show. So with that, John Lennon has a birthday today, and I learned something new as well, because I did not know that John Lennon and his only son, Sean Lennon, shared a birthday. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that. But John Lennon obviously passed away in 1980 as one of the members of the Beatles. And his son, Sean Lennon, turns 49 years old today. So happy birthday, Sean and John. Also, Sharon Osbourne, the wife of Ozzy Osbourne, is 72 years old today. First of all, whatever elixir of life Sharon Osbourne is drinking, keep that up, girlfriend, because hello, she looks amazing for 72 years old. Also, Tony Shalhoub, actor, is 71 today. And I have to tell you, because it is spooky season, it's October, it's spooky season, you guys. I first of all, I didn't know he was 71 either. So again, with the elixir of life thing happening. But it's so funny because when I was reading about him, they said, oh, he's most well known for Monk and Spy Kids. I remember Tony from back when he was on Wings. Do you guys remember the show Wings? Hello. Also, he was in Men in Black, and being at spooky season. Okay, 13 Ghosts is one of my favorite movies. It has Tony in it. But I love it spooky season time. It is a little bit creepy and weird, but it's good. 13 Ghosts, check out that movie. Also, the celebrities in my life, who do we have that have had birthdays today? Today, it is Susan Cushing Dugas' birthday. So fun. Happy birthday, Susan. She's one of my favorite people on the planet. And I love always seeing her horses and stuff on the Facebook. Also, one of my teachers from high school, he was also my confirmation sponsor in church. Mr. Lamoureux, Art Lamoureux, has a birthday today. Happy birthday to Art. Also, school friend Kevin Bigelow has a birthday today. Happy birthday, Kevin. Also, recently, a couple, 2, 3 people have had birthdays. We had Daniel Ramsey had a birthday. My daughter, as I mentioned, Margene, had a birthday. Marissa Ayre, that I went to college with, Camp Mitchell. Happy birthday, Marissa. Josh Manko had a birthday, and that's all our birthdays that have been recently. So happy birthday to everybody that celebrated. Are you guys ready to get our birthday song on? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's do it. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear John Lennon, Sean Lennon, Sharon Osbourne, Tony Shalhoub, Susan Cushing Dugas, Art Lamoureux, Kevin Bigelow, Daniel Ramsey, Margene Annabelle, Marissa Ayre, Josh Manko. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating today and who have celebrated recently. And don't forget, if it's your birthday coming up, let me know so I can celebrate with you next Monday. And with that, it's the end of our show. I hope you guys enjoyed our conversation on unseen joy today. the joy that we think is outside of us, but it's really right back here. So make sure you go back and listen if you're just now joining us. Happy birthday to everybody that's celebrating. Thank you all for watching or listening wherever you are in the world today. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.